I am the nature hacker, and this is your world. So I come to you very heavy-hearted today about Prince's death. It's an absolute tragedy, and he was 57 years old. Died way before his time. Way before his time. And I'm really sad for a couple reasons. One, this man basically died as a martyr. He was very outspoken vegan. He very much cared about the rights of animals and everything. And he also cared, about conspiracy and, about kind of speaking out against the oppression, against the slavery of the record labels, etc., etc. So he was very just a proponent of humanity and a proponent of life, and just a great guy, and very generous. And one thing that makes me really sad is because I know why he died, and if I would have known him personally, I could have saved his life. I could have easily saved his life. Lots of people could have saved his life. It's just I don't really know what the issue was, why he didn't get help. But the reason he died was something called dilated cardiomyopathy. So obviously I don't have any insider information. I just know because I'm a scientist, I'm an engineer, I'm a freaking nutritionist. I just know this stuff. And I studied dilated cardiomyopathy in molecular biology. I know what the symptoms are. I know what the causes are. So he died of heart failure, okay? And the type of heart failure is dilated cardiomyopathy. And I just put the pieces together. I'm going to give you a link, the first link in the description below. It's kind of clues of things that have been happening before he died. Kind of clues, right? He has a health scare in an airplane, has to emergency land it. Another thing was that, he was looking pale, he was looking very weak. Another thing was that he was riding his bike really fast in a parking lot, and then, a woman saw him, to take a picture. She saw him sitting on the sidewalk, like, probably really weak looking, and tried to take a picture. He's like, please don't take a picture, probably very weak. And, this type of stuff, there is no other system in the body that has immediate health changes and effects other than the cardiovascular system. It just literally has to be the cardiovascular system. So I knew that just based on that stuff. Now, what types of heart failure could happen to somebody who's 57? Well, my initial thought was dilated cardiomyopathy. And to confirm that, I was like, okay, well, the people who get dilated cardiomyopathy, I didn't even know that Prince was a vegan, okay, at this point. I'm like, well, the people who get dilated cardiomyopathy are vegans and vegetarians, so I type in Prince vegetarian, and I get the stuff from PETA, how he was an advocate for animals and vegan and all this, and, just sealed the deal, 100% certain that it was dilated cardiomyopathy, and it's so easy to correct. I can't believe the doctors, he had these scares, and the doctors couldn't even diagnose it. They couldn't do anything. I can diagnose it from freaking 5 sentences online, okay? Yet his doctors were clueless. Geez, $300 million this guy had, and, money can't buy you expertise. It really, really can't. You think that you can buy the best doctors. The best doctors out there are totally uneducated, all right? The only people who educate doctors are prescription drug companies, so they know nothing about how the human body works, literally, all right? No matter how much you spend on doctors, you're not going to get better advice than you could get from a naturopath, from me, from whatever, okay? A nutritionist, whatever. Now, an herbalist. Now, how could I have cured him? Well, I would have given him taurine. It's called Taurine. Taurine. That is what is missing in vegan diets, that a deficiency of that over a long period of time can cause dilated cardiomyopathy. And I know this from personal experience because I was vegan for only a few weeks, and I felt my heart starting to struggle to contract all the way. And that's probably why Prince was riding his bike so fast through the parking lot. He probably could feel that his heart couldn't pump all the way, and he's like, maybe if I stress it enough, I can get it to fully pump, you know. So that might have been why he was doing that. But what happens is you can feel that your heart's expanding too much, you know. It's just not pumping good enough, and that's dilated cardiomyopathy, and that's from a taurine deficiency. So I knew that. Luckily, you know, I'm a nutritionist, so I knew that my symptoms when I went vegan were from dilated cardiomyopathy, and I knew that the cure for that was taurine. Okay, so anyway, that would have saved his life. It's just an absolute tragedy he had to go this early, but you know, it's very sad. But anyway, dilated cardiomyopathy is the cause of death. You're going to see that come out in the autopsy report. Thanks for watching. I am the Nature Hacker. Do work.